thing about Christian education is that the teachers that I work with have a sense of not arriving yet and having to keep working at it, because it's not an easy thing to come into a situation like a school which is already established and expectations established for this is what a school does, but to think we need to do this from the point of view that Christ is Lord over all and that he holds everything together. And for that to dominate our educational activity and enterprise needs a fair bit of thought and deliberate effort. So we do courses like we're doing now this week with teachers, and they're actually grappling with that. How can we do that in our subjects? And I like to talk about this notion of taking every thought captive. And Paul talks about that in 2 Corinthians, taking every thought captive to make it obedient to Christ. So the idea I have of taking every thought captive is the thoughts about education, educational theory, the practices we do in education that might be very successful. We actually need to interrogate them, take them captive and say, does this actually fit in with the truth of the gospel? And there might be truth in it, but the overall sense of meaning as we understand the world, for a Christian, needs to be understood through that lens of Jesus owning the world, holding it all together. It's being for him and through him and by him. So, you know, when you get to something like teaching values, that's not big enough for a Christian school. We're not just about teaching values in isolation. We want to say it's about following Jesus. It's about a radical life of being committed to him and having him in us and actually changing the way we live, not just living out a set of sterile values, but being like him, being made to be like him. You know, the Holy Spirit working in us to make us actually like Jesus, to have wisdom that comes from him to engage in life, to live the life that he's given us to live, rather than just saying this is a set of values we follow. So.